to take a look again at form processing and how we can do it differently. So a couple of things that we'll see here. We've looked at the action tag before. The action indicates where we are going to submit this page, or yeah, where it's going to be submitted to, what PHP script is going to process this. In this case, I turn on my PHP, and remember that the equal sign there really just kind of echoes that back out. And so PHP server, or PHP underscore self, is a super global in the server array variable that basically says we're going to submit it back to the same page that we're on. And the method that we're going to use is get. Now, if you look at this, as we run this, take a look at form processing. Here's my form, and I enter my password, and I hit login. Notice it resubmitted back to form2.php, which is exactly what I said it was going to do. But then you'll notice that this query string right here is also what's appended. One thing we can know about the query string is it is in plain text, and sometimes we don't want it to be in plain text. Certainly if it's a username and password, we don't want the user to see that. And for a lot of applications, we don't want them to be able to see the query string. So you can see the user, the password, and the button login. These were all form elements that we set back here. So user, pwd, and btn login, those were all sent via get. Now, to retrieve those, we can say something like $_get sub pwd, for example. And it's not liking me because I didn't turn on my PHP. So now I have my PHP on and turn it off, and we can echo out the contents of my var. We could do a lot of other things with it. We could grab those other variables, we could grab the username, we could do some if tests and whatever. Well, that's the main thing for a get variable. Now let's go ahead and come back over here again and refresh that, and notice that it did print out my username. That's what I had input. Joe and whatever, or is that what I'm printing out? Oh, I'm just printing out the password. So there's my password, Frankum, and that's what I'm printing out. So that's an example of get, and you can see that that's different than post. If I were to send this via post, let's take a look at what happens there. And obviously I have to change this to post. And now as I reload, oops, sorry, over here, and I send that, notice I can still capture that value, but it's no longer sent in the query string. So that's the primary difference between get and post.